Hi, I'm Nicole,
And I'm Caitlin.
and this is our video presentation on cowpunk for our Intro to Rock and Roll class. So basically, cowpunk was formed from country, new wave, and punk music. It was just kind of like the brainchild of those three types. It's relatively new. It's from the 70s and 80s. It first appeared in the 70s in the UK and then moved to California, specifically Los Angeles, in the 80s. This genre started with new wave bands and punk bands that would listen to country music and then take it and make covers of it, but to a faster tempo, kind of just merging their music with the country music that they like to listen to. Then they would kind of distribute it amongst other bands in kind of like the underground scene, and it kind of got that's how it got popular. It would just be distributed and people would change and add to it, and it just took that country and mixed it with all of those other punky new wave-ish vibes that were really popular at the time. So it was a precursor to the alternative country that we know today. It's really popular. But yeah, this was it came from that. So many of the musicians in the scene are also now associated with alternative country, since cowpunk isn't super well known amongst mainstream music. So critics the way cowpunk, the term was coined, it was because critics wanted something to categorize music that had country tones in it. That was also like new wave and punk. So that was kind of their catch all term for that type of music. So it just became cowpunk or country punk, just whatever you prefer. So what it did was it took the mood and the texture of country music and then it fused it with the energy and attitude of punk. It made it more lively, more fast paced. And then some of the instruments that were commonly used were the electric guitar, bass, drums, vocals that could be either like ragged or smooth or even warbling in some cases. The mountain banjos were used, saxophones, harps, yeah, and there were other instruments that could be used, but those were just some of the most popular ones.
And a little bit on why this kind of genre came about was in the 1980s, after the MTV craze and the MTV, the big boom of MTV, the artists wanted something new. They wanted to stand out. And so they decided to do something different that had never been done before to set them apart from the others. And in an interview with the band X, which is a popular band that is in the cowpunk genre, they said that they enjoyed listening to country music in music stores and they wanted to experiment with it and do something different, like I said. So it's a very experimental genre. It's a combination of a lot of different things, just kind of experimenting, throwing it together to see what they get. And then the attitude of this genre is very it expresses discontent and the desire for change, not only like personally, but also with global issues and politics and, kind of whatever these bands or artists had issues or ideas about. And then the type of lyrics kind of going along with that whole discontent idea. The lyrics typically were more self-reflective and showed self-desire, what these bands wanted to change and do and all that fun stuff. So some of the popular artists in the cowpunk genre are, like I mentioned, the band X, the Meat Puppets, the Blasters, the Beat Farmers, the Rubber Rodeo, Rank and Fire, Jason and the Scorchers, Violent and the Femmes, and one of the most recognized cowpunk contributors was Exene Cervenka. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but she was a lead vocalist and helped write the songs for the band X, and she was a major contributor to like the whole genre in general. So the song we chose to describe this genre is
Up in the Sun
Up in the
by
Sun.
the Meat Puppets.
And
They
and
were a band formed in 1980.
and they combined country and punk, and also they combined psychedelic rock with that. They kind of changed it up a little bit and combined psychedelic rock. And so yeah, we chose the song Up in the Sun, and we will attach it below. We also wanted to mention one of the reasons we chose this genre is
we thought it sounded really interesting. We haven't heard much about it, and before this project, we really didn't know a lot about it. So,
and I honestly thought the name was kind of cool. It kind of stood out to me. It was kind of interesting. Thought it was unique. It's a very unique genre. When you listen to it, it's kind of fun to listen to, kind of interesting. So, thanks for watching, and
we hope you enjoy it.
The song will be below. Thanks.